are such important issues that often go overlooked in school and at home. Here to share about these important issues is Jordan Corcoran, founder of Listen Lucy, a platform for others to understand the importance of acceptance and creative expression. During her freshman year, Jordan was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder and panic disorder. After going through a very difficult struggle with coming to the terms of learning to cope with these disorders, Jordan created an outlet where people can openly and candidly share their own challenges and personal struggles. So welcome, Jordan.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yay, I'm excited. You're one of my favorite people.
Right back at you.
And I love following you online.
Oh, thank you so much.
So tell me a little bit about how Listen Lucy started. I know you have your own personal journey of that, and how did that kind of transform for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like you said, my freshman year of college, I was diagnosed, so that was about 9 years ago now. Aging myself a little bit. But I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and panic disorder. And obviously so much has happened in 9 years that we would need, an entire series for me to talk about it. Yeah. But basically what happened is I was living just this very chaotic nightmare of a life, trapped with my anxiety disorders. They completely consumed me. They controlled me. I was in and out of the hospital, on medication, off medication. Some embarrassing scenes on my college campus of having panic attacks, and it really was consuming me. It was defining me. And one of the ways I will say that I tried every coping technique that there is. Medication, tried it. Therapy, exercise, meditation, which I'm terrible at. All good anxious people aren't that great at meditating. But writing really, really helped me a ton. I was a journalism major. I wrote all the time. And one of the things my therapist suggested to me was that I write. One of the things with mental illness is that it's mental. So it was really hard for me to show the people that I love and that love me and were trying to take care of me what was wrong with me. So they were getting these calls that I was in the hospital, but I couldn't show them why. And that was really, really hard. I felt like I had this great support system, but I still felt so alone. And I felt like nobody understood me, and sometimes I even felt a little bit judged. But whenever I sat down and wrote and kind of took my time to explain what was happening, whether it was during a panic attack or in my head, the writing gave me the tools to express myself, but also really helped me heal, and it became super cathartic for me. And then eventually I wrote an article in the school newspaper, the Mercy Ad, and I wrote for them for years beforehand, all about, college blunders, nothing petty stuff, nothing that anyone really cared about, stuff I thought was very funny. Who knows if anybody else thought it. But eventually I decided to write an article about my anxiety disorder, and I wrote about how it was completely defining me. I woke up and thought about it, went to class, thought about it, and I think anyone with a problem like anxiety disorder or any problem, it becomes so all-consuming that you can't think about anything else, and it defines your life. And I wrote that I was learning to define myself, and the feedback from the article was incredible. I had no idea that people were, I actually panicked, why did I just tell thousands of people that I'm mentally ill? But everyone thought it was so great that I decided to tell my story and be honest. And I think that that weight lifted off my shoulders of these strangers accepting me made me think that there are probably way more people out there that want to share their story and need an outlet to do so. And that's kind of how Listen Lucy came to be. It's an outlet where people can go and just get out what's weighing them down.
Yeah, I love that, and it's so true, because as you know, I suffered from anxiety. I was hospitalized when I was 12 years old, and I think at the time I could relate to what you said of having all these feelings but not being able to express them, because when you're anxious, you don't even, sometimes especially at a tender age, you don't even know, am I physically ill? Right. Because when you're having a panic attack, you don't know, am I having a heart attack? Is something physically happening to me? Why do I have these symptoms? And I love that writing for you was your way to express that into the world, and this platform to help so many other people do the same, which is amazing.
Thank you.
And so with Listen Lucy, I know you have a book too, which I'm really excited about. These stories can be anonymous, correct? Or they can be, you can share your name. Tell us how that kind of works.
So I think with me, obviously, I'm very okay with putting my face next to my struggle. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. But I also understand that some people just don't want to do that. And I think that that's 100% okay. And I think that I want to give people the option, if they want to own up to it and put their name there, then I will support that and my community will support that. But also that I want to give people the chance to just get out what they're feeling without fear of like ridicule or judgment or any negativity, just to get out and not have anyone say anything back.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just want to say what you're feeling without anyone giving you a solution. You just want to get it out. So I want to give people a safe place for them to do that. And it seems what's really cool, I will get messages from people how great it was for them to finally say the stuff that they were feeling. So no one else may know who it is, but for them, it's so healing, which is exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, because so many times with addiction or even food, or we turn to all of these other things because we don't feel our feelings. And it's okay. It's okay to say, I'm anxious, or hey, I'm stressed, or hey, I'm not feeling so right. It's okay to do that. Right,
and it normalizes it. It doesn't, whenever you're struggling so bad, I know at least for me specifically, I felt like I was the only one in the world because I didn't talk about it. So I didn't know so many other people. From starting Listen Lucy, the amount of people I've met that have just struggled with anxiety disorders alone, I mean, it's remarkable, and you realize like, oh my God, not that it's not a big deal, it is.
Yeah.
But it's like it normalizes it and is like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna judge me if I have this. Like 7 other people I met today have it, you know? Like, and we're all kind of in this together. We're figuring out our own stuff the best we can.
So tell us about your social movement and this fun stuff that's been happening. I saw you on the Today Show. I mean, you've been like all over. So tell us a little bit about that.
It's really exciting. So in February,
and how people can get involved.
Yes, for sure. So in February, I did a self-love campaign. Valentine's Day is an awesome time, but we still want to make sure that we're focusing on self-love. Whether you have a Valentine, didn't have a Valentine, whatever it was, Listen Lucy is really about promoting acceptance of others and of yourself. I think sometimes that's a really hard thing to do, is accept who you are and how you're wired. So I wanted to turn the focus a little bit on self-love, and that your first true love should be yourself. And we asked people to just write what they love about themselves on their hand. I wrote that I created Listen Lucy.
I love that.
Yes, which is one of my favorite things about myself. But it was so incredible to see people jumping to participate.
Yeah,
and
all over.
It was all over the place, and it was really cool. And it just goes to show you just never know what's going to work social media wise or not, but it also shows the huge benefit to social media, and that sometimes social media gets such a bad rap, but like you're able to connect with people all over the world. I had people from Croatia, I had people from Singapore, I had people, it was almost funny. Like, it was like, I can't believe all these people are jumping on this bandwagon, but it was so cool. And I would get messages from people when they would post it that thinking about it and writing what they love about themselves on their hand like made their day. And it was so cool. And then we got interest from the Today Show, which was incredible and Upworthy, and a lot of people jumping on board because it's not every day that people are promoting things they love about themselves. And it's not a bad thing. You know, confidence is cool, and that's what we're trying to promote. So anyone can join it. It's you write what you love on your hand, and then use the hashtag #ListenLucySelfLove, and tag me on Instagram, which is listen_Lucy. And that's how you can get involved. And you can go on and see the hashtag and how many people have posted, and it will make your day. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing all of this amazing goodness. Also, I encourage everyone to check out your book, Listen Lucy, which is actually a collection of the stories from your website and from people that have submitted. So it's really amazing. And to check out more with Jordan and Listen Lucy, check out listen_Lucy, as Jordan mentioned, and also the self-acceptance movement. Check out that hashtag because it's amazing. And thanks again for tuning into the Zest, a bi-monthly lifestyle show dedicated to all things health, home decor, food, and more. And if you or someone you know would be a great guest, please feel free to let me know, or just send me a little hello online at Lindsay Smith HHC. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.